What's happening, everyone? I trust that you are well. I have a really exciting video for you in store now. Let me introduce a special guest that is going to help me go through it. It is the one and the only Mr. Baller League champion, Sharky, sir. How are you?
I'm good, Rory. How are you?
Mate, it's an honour to have you on. Thank you so much.
It's an honour to be here. I mean, listen, you've come on SDS many times, and you've got your own studio now, so congratulations.
Mate, I really appreciate it.
I love the tribute to Kilburn.
Got to be done.
Northwest,
Got to be
I'm
done.
a Northwest guy myself, so I love seeing that. And yeah, it's really nice to look around and see all the references. It's cool.
Mate, thank you very much. Yeah, it's got to be done. You well? Everything going to plan?
Yeah, good. Obviously, bit drained from winning a league title. You know,
Takes it out of you.
Yeah, it takes it out of you. I understand now. You know, we cover football so much, we don't understand how much pressure it is to actually compete in as a manager or as an owner or whatever. And obviously, I do 2 in 1. So yeah, I feel good. But it's back to business now, man.
Mate, amazing. I wish you all the luck in the world because you try and defend your titles coming up soon.
It's hard to win. It's even harder to defend it, they said. So.
Oh, mate, retaining it. Not many. Arsene Wenger never retained a title.
He didn't, did he?
Arsene Wenger never retained it. Antonio Conte never retained a title.
0204, yeah.
Carlo Ancelotti in the Premier League never retained a title.
It's not easy.
Mate, Jurgen Klopp never retained a title. Mate, you're going to have to follow in the footsteps.
I could surpass all of these guys.
mate, and good luck.
Yes.
Good luck with it.
Thank you.
What I thought we could do today, obviously, I'm a Chelsea fan, you're an Arsenal fan.
Yep.
I thought we could go through and try and put together, almost in a friendly way, the greatest 11 of the Premier League era using players from both of our teams.
Okay.
So I'm going to be completely fair, completely non-tribal, completely unbiased.
Are you sure?
Yeah, kind of. I hope. I always intend that. I try. And we can put together just like the perfect dual team.
I'm down for that.
Okay.
I'm down for that. I think, you know what? It's 2 great clubs. You know, so I think there shouldn't be too much debate. Maybe some little bits we can discuss.
Yeah.
But it won't get heated, Rory. I think
we'll keep it sanitised. We'll do our best anyway.
We'll do our best.
In terms of the goalkeeper, there's 3 to discuss.
Yeah.
Petr Cech,
Yeah.
Jens Lehmann, David Seaman. Is that right? Is there
If
anyone
it's in the Premier League era, yeah, I think for Arsenal, I don't think it's anyone else really. I mean, David Raya is back-to-back Golden Glove winner, but he's.
You happy with Raya?
Yeah. I am.
Done well, isn't he?
2 great keepers now, Raya and Kepa.
One great keeper, one very
We have
unpredictable
the most
keeper.
expensive goalkeeper of all time as our backup. I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, there's a statement in that.
That is great. He got it for 5 mil.
No, he has done well, and it was. Do you know what? It's one of those examples, actually, David Raya, where Mikel Arteta got it so right. Because at the time, and I was completely wrong, and I've been proved to be completely wrong. I was saying they don't need him. Ramsdale was a good goalkeeper, and I've been proved that is like ridiculous.
I was on that side as well.
Were you?
I was on Ramsdale's side as well originally, yeah. But you know that
Arteta knows better.
He knows best. But although Raya has been great for Arsenal, I don't think he's in this discussion just yet.
No.
I think there's another. He's been mentioned, but I think another Arsenal goalkeeper deserves to make this list. I think Petr Cech for me.
Petr Cech's in.
Yeah. Like, obviously, top keeper for Arsenal.
Yeah.
I got us to the Europa League final.
Do you know what? There was a moment. I remember being at Stamford Bridge, and it was like one of those like special moments. Obviously, all my life growing up, Arsenal were more successful and better and bigger and whatever than Chelsea. And I think some might argue that's still the case. But even if you think it is the case, the gap's closed. Chelsea have got a lot better. Do you know there was a moment where I was like, it felt symbolic. It was Cesc Fabregas, who was once an Arsenal legend, lobbing Petr Cech, who was once a Chelsea, he is a Chelsea legend, but it was the Arsenal goalkeeper at the time. Chelsea beat Arsenal, Fabregas lobs Cech, and I thought, wow, this is a moment where we have taken what was once their best and given them someone who is kind of past their best. And it felt like almost the change, that defining moment.
I think that's more like symbolic because of who the players were.
Yeah.
For me, the change moment was way before that. It was when
Wayne Bridge.
Yeah, Wayne
Champions
Bridge.
League,
I think it was them times because that still haunts me till today because we that year, that's when Porto won the Champions League, right?
Yeah.
That's 2004. And I just think that's the year where we were the best team in England. And if that goal hadn't gone in, we would have had Monaco in the next round.
You'd have
beaten you. We would have beaten Monaco and probably would be in Porto in the final.
I agree.
But then football would be different today.
Imagine,
there would be no
Jose
Mourinho.
Mourinho would have never come to. It's like a sliding doors moment.
It would have been much different. Football would be different today. So.
Arsenal would have become London's first winner of the Champions League.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Exactly.
But,
so things would have changed.
But we're in agreement, Petr Cech.
Yeah, Petr Cech. I think obviously this is the Chelsea Petr Cech. I think even if we're doing an all-time Premier League goalkeeper 11, I think Petr Cech has a strong argument to be in that one. Like, I think he probably should be in that one.
Yeah.
So for an Arsenal Chelsea one, I think Petr Cech's an easy decision.
Amazing.
There's no debates there.
No, mate, I completely agree. See, he told you this was going to be easy. Should we go? One could be very easy.
Yeah.
Left back.
Another Arsenal legend, an invincible. Do you know what I mean? A Haylender. Yeah. Listen, Ashley Cole. What do you think about, like, obviously from your side? So briefly talking about Ashley Cole, we did the whole Gallas switch. Gallas was big for you.
Yeah.
You know, won the league with you, the Mourinho league, the way you guys conceded 15 goals.
Yeah.
Ashley Cole's an invincible for us. So
there was a time, when that
obviously
transfer
eventually
happened.
you won that.
We won the battle.
You won for sure.
Do you know what? There was a time when it was going on. I remember it like clear as day, where some Arsenal fans genuinely believed that they had won that transfer because we gave you £5 million as well.
Yeah.
And Arsenal fans were saying to me, he can go because we've got Gael Clichy. They were arguing that Gael Clichy was coming through. They had Clichy. Yeah. Ashley Cole would move on. They would get £5 million. They would get Gallas, and they won. And ultimately, Ashley Cole went on to win the European Cup, and William Gallas went on to cry at St Andrews.
Yeah, man, the Birmingham game was mad. So obviously for me, it's like I'm a bit younger. I don't remember exactly how the transfer happened and everything.
It was bad. It was
in the
tapping
moment.
up.
Yeah,
do you know what it was,
moment,
Sharks?
but I know the whole Ashley Cole thing, the tapping up,
yeah.
all of that stuff. I know he's got his own version of events, and he stands strong on that. And fair play to Ashley Cole for having a good career in the end. But yeah, my memory is, okay, cool, we've got Gallas now. He's on number 10. Already I'm thinking, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean? Yeah. He's on number 10. But yeah, the Birmingham match, that's where it was. That's where he kind of lost everyone.
Lost it all.
As a captain, sat down.
He was a sensational player, Gallas, though. Yeah. He really was. It didn't necessarily go as Arsenal hoped, but I could understand why they wanted him. But in terms of this, like left back, he played left back for us.
He did. That's what I'm saying. He played left back for you guys in that season. Yeah. But he played for Arsenal, Chelsea, and Spurs.
I know. That's a man with no morals.
Mental.
Yeah. You do what you got to do. I don't think has
cool.
anyone done that. Has anyone else?
Arsenal, Chelsea, and Spurs. No.
There's
been two. So like Adebayo's played for Arsenal and Spurs.
Yeah.
Sterling's played for Chelsea and Arsenal.
Yeah.
A lot of people have played for Chelsea and Arsenal. Chelsea, City,
Arsenal,
Liverpool.
yeah.
But Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs. I can't think of anyone.
Fair play to Gallas in a way.
Yeah.
Fair play, kind of made history.
Yeah.
But no, so Ashley Cole was in this team.
But once again, no debates there.
Okay. Should we do it centre halves? What are you thinking here? Because you've got some icons here.
We do. So do you.
We do, no doubt.
So
but do you know why? What I think is very weird with regard to some Arsenal players in this discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Two in particular, I think are legends, absolute legends. And when we talk about the greatest Premier League centre halves of all time, both of the two Arsenal centre halves I think we're about to discuss, they kind of wrongly and cruelly get left out of this.
I agree completely.
We're thinking here, Tony Adams, Sol Campbell.
Yeah.
You could
especially
easily
Tony
argue,
Adams.
Especially. I completely agree.
Adams.
Like, you know, when we do the best centre halves of the Premier League era, we always just go Terry and Ferdinand, and people start talking about Vidic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm convinced that both Sol Campbell and Tony Adams were better than Vidic.
Wow.
I genuinely believe. Tony Adams was Arsenal captain at 22.
Yeah.
He's like guiding Arsenal to league titles at 22.
All the way up until 2002. I mean, I'd never had the privilege of watching Tony Adams live. Okay, I'd never, because he retired at 2002.
Yeah.
I was way too young.
You've learned,
but
the club's history.
But so when I hear the things about Tony Adams, even like, obviously as a defender, you don't get measured for a goal or something. You shouldn't get judged for a goal. But even when you have an iconic moment, iconic goal against Everton, he's got the statue outside the Emirates Stadium is that celebration with the arms out against Everton, where it's now seen as the Jude Bellingham celebration. But I saw Tony Adams do it
absolutely,
first.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when no one mentions Tony Adams,
I don't get
and
it.
it's kind of sad.
It's because I think a little bit of the time he played in the old First Division.
Yeah.
It's not Premier League era only.
But still,
mate,
10 years. No, 10 years. 10 years.
Yeah, no, we did have more than 10 years.
Yeah, because 92 is when the Premier League started, and 2002 is when he retired.
he absolutely was like the perfect centre half. Like he had everything. He had the personality. The other thing he had was like the mental fortitude to be the Arsenal captain, to be the personality of the team. I think he scored an own goal once at Old Trafford when he was a kid. Looked really young. He scored an own goal at Old Trafford. Like, sliced it in the rain and it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Horrible one. Like I'm very much my kind of thing, right? And like when like this is obviously nearly 30 years ago. When newspapers would sell like 5 million copies, they were a big deal.
Yeah,
it was horrible. They put his face on the paper, front page of the paper, and they made him a donkey. Wow. Like, imagine dealing with that. And he had the fortitude to come back. He had like personal issues. He's done so much for footballers off the pitch as well. Like, he had his own addiction problems, and his book Addicted is amazing. But he started something. It's called Sporting Chance, and it's basically helping athletes, any athlete with any kind of issue, get over their addiction. Like, nobody talks about it.
I respect it so much.
He's an amazing player.
He's a great. He's a legend. He's a footballing legend. Full stop. And he's he's an perfect example of a great captain.
Agreed.
And everyone always says about him, like he's the best captain ever. But it's sad because Sol Campbell's Sol Campbell's another one. I ended up opting for Sol Campbell more on my team, alongside John Terry, which I think is a guarantee. John Terry's got to be in there. Yeah. But I put Sol Campbell in there. I think he's another one that doesn't get mentioned at all. And he played in that same era as Ferdinand and John Terry. No one talks about him.
And he was, do you know what he was the true definition of, that immense centre half that you just can't beat. Yeah. Like, you just can't, even when you play football at a really low level, which I play. Do you know when there's just like a centre half? Like I played once. Do you know Jamel 1-5?
Yeah.
And I was like, I could play against this geezer for 24 hours straight and I will not get past him.
Yeah.
That's what Sol Campbell was like to like the best strikers in the world.
Yeah.
Just not getting, but he's just immense.
Yeah.
Just so good. Like, you're never ever going to get round him.
You're not. And literally, what was that like as well? Going back to the whole transfer saga, the whole madness of that. Because obviously I've seen everything. But once again, while it was going on,
mate, it was unbelievable.
While it was going on, I wasn't watching football.
I don't know why Sol Campbell gets overlooked. I really don't. I don't know why he gets overlooked in this debate, because he shouldn't. He was immense for England. He was immense for Arsenal. He was the defining moment where Arsenal went from like a really good team to a team that was winning the double. Yeah. Like, he went there, they won the double. That was the difference.
First season.
Like when I think Liverpool fans will always acknowledge the contribution of, say, Van Dijk and Alisson. They went from a good team to winners. Those players changed it. Wow. That's what Campbell did to Arsenal, and it was a wicked Arsenal team.
Well, yeah.
But no, he was unbelievable, and I just can't quite, in my eyes, better than Vidic. But people don't agree.
That's wow.
Yeah,
that's a big statement. I mean, I agree with it.
Do you remember? By the way, Sharks?
Go on.
Do you know about the disallowed goal where his whole thing could have changed so much?
No.
In '98. The goal when Michael Owen scored against Argentina in that game. Yeah. So that game in Saint Etienne, England played Argentina, finished 2-2. Beckham got sent off.
Famous goal,
Beckham got sent off.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because it was disallowed, nobody remembers it. Sol Campbell scored a perfectly good goal, wrongly ruled out.
Yeah. So today
today it would count to send England through. And we had 10 men.
Wow.
Yeah. And Sol Campbell scored the goal. Imagine if that
through. David Beckham wouldn't be as...
David Beckham would have been vilified. Campbell would have been an absolute legend. Yep. And it was wrongly ruled out.
Wow, I need to go back and see that.
I
feel like I was missing from my brain.
The argument was that Shearer fouled the keeper.
Oh.
But he didn't. He did it. Like, he might have used his body.
Of course.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
But no, I think we're in agreement. Terry Campbell.
I've gone Terry Campbell.
I've gone Terry Campbell, mate. Shake your hand on that easily. Right backs.
This is where it gets...
Yeah, trickier.
This is more for you, I think. I was thinking about Arsenal right backs, and I was looking at the Premier League era, right? And of course, we got Lee Dixon, who's part of that famous English back five, including David Seaman, right? That whole famous English with the Lee Dixon, Adams, Bold, Winterburn, or Keown. So that's Lee Dixon there. Then I'm looking at a bit after that, and the Invincible team. Right, we had Lauren at right back, right? But he was naturally a midfielder. He got put in right back, kind of like Gallas centre back playing left back. So I was like, okay, he's good, but I think there's a lot of other players that were a lot more important in that team than Lauren. Then I'm looking at more recent after that we had like Bakary Sagna, now more recent, Hector Bellerin, more recently Ben White, Jurien Timber. Great players. But I was like, none of them are as good as the two for you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking who would, as a Chelsea fan, you would put there. I'm looking at Ivanovic and Azpilicueta.
Yeah. I would.
But I don't know
agree.
who. I don't know who's
I personally
who deserves this more.
see. I personally think Ivanovic, but he wasn't a right back. He wasn't your archetypal right back. He was a centre half that couldn't get in the team at centre half really because we had such good centre halves.
Exactly.
That ended up being a right back, and he happened to play the way that I like. You know, that physicality.
Yeah.
A bit like what I was saying about Sol Campbell.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't get past him.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what sort of winger you are. If you try and have a fight with him, he'll beat you up. If you try and like skin him, he'll use his body. You won't be able to get, like, even if you're faster than him, he won't allow you to get that yard. He was like perfect. But Azpilicueta might be one of Chelsea's kind of best ever signings. 7 million quid we paid for him. 7 million.
Ended up being your captain.
For a decade. You know, it was like we had a decade service. Because he came in, he ended up playing left back initially, kept Lashley Cole out of the team. But I would say that out of the 3 Chelsea potentials here, Paulo Ferreira, Branislav Ivanovic and Cesar Azpilicueta, I would argue that Branislav Ivanovic is our best.
Really?
But I think a lot of people will disagree with me and try and put Azpilicueta there.
So when I was driving up here, I was thinking about the team, and I ended up going for Azpilicueta just as a complete neutral, someone that's not a Chelsea fan. I just went, this guy is just I think he's just more. It was more technically secure. I think Azpilicueta is obviously like very, very physical, good player, centre back first, defender first. I think Azpilicueta was a better player. I think he was a better player.
He was
than Ivanovic. I think Ivanovic was more iconic because of, for example, the year won the Champions League. Was it Napoli?
Big moments against Napoli. Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Quarter-final.
So I think that, and also lots of other things. I think Azpilicueta, if you just take away emotions or anything, I think Azpilicueta is a better player. The fact that he was your captain for 10 years, the fact that he played, of course, in multiple positions.
See, he could be in the...
That's why I eventually went for Azpilicueta.
Do you know what? In your celebration of Azpilicueta, I think you've given it to Ivanovic.
How?
Because you're absolutely right, multiple positions. You could argue that Azpilicueta's best season for Chelsea, he was one of 3 centre-halves under Conte.
He was.
Do you remember that?
David
Luiz
won the league.
Yeah,
he was.
He was one of 3 centre-halves. But then maybe Azpilicueta... No,
you know Ivanovic. I think more people will say Ivanovic.
Ivanovic, if nothing else, for what he did at Anfield, scoring those 2 goals in the Champions League. If nothing else, for that moment. I reckon.
I told
Ivanovic,
you more iconic. I told you.
Yeah, more iconic moments. A goal in the final. We won in Amsterdam, man. We beat Benfica in the Europa League final.
You did.
Yeah, we're still the only. Well, we don't say that. We don't say that. No, that name does not get mentioned in here. No. You can't do that. That is the one thing that is banned. You know, in that Harry Potter series, there's a word they don't say. This is it.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
That man's name does not get mentioned in here. But you are right.
You know Ivanovic.
Ivanovic, yeah. Ivanovic. Should we move forward?
Okay.
3-man midfield?
I'd go for a 3-man midfield. I think there's so many midfielders and I don't want to leave anyone out.
You're going to struggle here.
I don't know, you know.
I reckon it's 2-1 Chelsea here.
I think I've got... Okay. I think,
although one of them has played for both.
I think it's 1-1 with one that's played for both.
Yeah.
So I've got 2-1 Arsenal, but
you're counting them as yours.
I'm counting them as mine, you're counting them as yours.
Okay, so Fabregas is in.
I've got Fabregas in for sure.
Do you think Fabregas gets the respect he deserves?
Still no. Still no. He's my favourite Arsenal player of all time.
Yeah. And
that is because of my era watching Arsenal. So I started watching football a little bit late. So I'm the 96 year group, right? Yeah. So I was born on the last day of 95, December 31st, New Year's Eve. So I'm basically 96. So usually people start watching football really young, like 7, 8. So I should have been watching football realistically, 2002, 3. But I didn't end up getting into football till just after the Invincible season. So I was like 10 years old. So my first memory of Arsenal was Vieira scoring winning penalty against Man United.
When you're terrible.
And then my first full season was that season we got to the Champions League final. Yeah. And a young Cesc Fabregas was in that midfield. Right. And me watching football, seeing this young Cesc Fabregas, that was my favourite player. And it's become that for a long time, and it's been that since. So, and that's just my personal.
It's the way you play football as well. So I've played football, you I know you like to play the game. I can see why you love Fabregas. You can see, it in the middle, pick the ball up, pick a pass.
The similarities, yeah. I'm nothing like Cesc Fabregas.
No, but how you want to play? Like,
of course,
on our scale down.
Of course, yeah. So Cesc Fabregas, for me personally, was my favourite Arsenal player. If I'm looking at just as football, I think he's just an unbelievable footballer. I think he's what he's done for Spain. When he's been playing out of position for Spain in the Euros in 2012.
Barcelona out of position there.
Barcelona, always like Chelsea, came back and done a madness when I thought, okay, cool, this guy could be towards the end of his career. And I don't think he gets spoken about as well as he is respected. He's a respected footballer, but when people talk about the best Premier League midfielders, you don't hear Fabregas' name as much.
No, I don't think we hear it anywhere near enough. Do you know what he has, Fabregas? He's as close to being a perfect footballer as I can imagine. You know, just in terms of like poetry on the ball.
Yeah.
On the ball, you could argue nobody better. Vision, execution of that vision. It's like
you're a smart player.
Like you know when there's a pass and it will go between three defenders and a defender slides to try and block it and he just misses it. Next one slides, just misses it, and then it's like the perfect pass. So he played a ball through really early in the season. It kind of set the tempo for our season. Actually, we won the league. We played away at Vicarage Road really early in the season, and we won 2-1 in the last minute. Costa scored. Nice. Cesc Fabregas picks the ball up, like genuinely, like on his own box, pretty much, just somewhere between the box and halfway line. So carries it forward a little bit, and then plays this ball through for Costa. And I'm telling you, nobody else playing football then could even see the pass, let alone execute it. It was just amazing, and he got that assist, didn't he? You know, the one at Burnley. That's gone down as like the best ever.
Yeah. That was
best ever assist.
That was mental, and he's got loads of that. I think even for Arsenal, he's got loads of moments. There's one against Milan. He got a beautiful assist, the perfectly weighted pass.
Do you know the one I always think about for you?
Which one?
Straight from the halfway line.
Spurs, yeah. If this is Cesc Fabregas, man, he's got such amazing moments. I think even there was one against Juventus. He scored a goal against Juventus in 2006 in the run-up to the Champions League final when Vieira had gone to Juventus. And it was kind of like that passing of the mantle when we knocked out Vieira's Juventus. I mean, Fabregas, unbelievable. From that young age, from 15, 16 years old, making his debut, being a wonder kid to actually fulfilling that, because it's hard to be a wonder kid and fulfill it. I think going to Chelsea and doing what he's done at Chelsea, winning those Premier Leagues, he's got to be in our team for sure.
He's got to be.
And he had no pace and no strength.
No, but
pure IQ.
But he had loads of bravery. You know what you might think was a flaw, because obviously he's like my height.
Yeah.
But you know when people go, could he do it on a cold day in Stoke?
Yes, he could.
He did it
many times.
He did. And if you try and get overly physical, like when he's playing for Arsenal, we played you in Cardiff. Theo Walcott scored.
07 Cardiff
League Cup final. Yeah. When Abu Dhabi kicked John Terry.
2007.
Lampard, who was obviously hard and seen as being physical, and Fabregas had it. And fair play to Fabregas. Like Lampard's geezer. Of course. And that Chelsea team of 07 were full of geezers.
Yes, you guys were
bullies.
Units. Yeah, for sure.
Fabregas didn't care.
No.
He was ready to.
He did have tenacity. He had a lot of tenacity. And I'm glad he put him in this team. I thought maybe it'll be one we'll be debating more.
No.
I mean, look, you just mentioned Frank Lampard. He's definitely got to be in this team.
Agreed.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course. Why would Lampard not be in this combined team? It's Frank Lampard.
It's Frank Lampard.
It's just
Frank Lampard. It is Frank Lampard. Do you know?
I mean,
He's just. Oh, mate. The thing is, I've got to be careful.
He's Mr. Chelsea, surely, right?
Yeah. I think they need to build a statue.
It's got to be. Yeah. Why?
I think they need to build a statue.
Why is there no?
I don't know. We haven't actually. We've only got one. We've got a Peter Osgood statue.
Okay.
And sometimes these things come posthumously, don't they? Like when.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Of course.
Whereas, I like the idea of doing what Arsenal have done. I know it's good.
Thierry Henry, Wenger, Tony Adams. Herbert Chapman's the only one that's posthumous.
I prefer the idea of giving Lampard one now. I think he deserves it. I think there's nobody more deserving than Frank Lampard. You know, he's our top goal scorer. He's midfielder.
If you give Lampard one, you probably have to give some other people some as well, right?
Yeah, maybe like you could, but I would be open to doing that.
Yeah.
But no, I've got to be careful on this channel and on videos like this, because if I let myself, what will happen is I'll just talk about Lampard for 25 minutes. Okay. You'll fall asleep. Everyone's like, I'll literally just talk about Frank Lampard.
Okay, yeah.
So let's just say he's in.
Okay,
Lampard's in.
Yes.
Lampard, Fabregas plus
Patrick Vieira.
Yeah, I don't think
It's got to be Patrick Vieira, Lampard, Fabregas.
Can I ask you some questions just quickly? You can dismiss them, but I've just got some questions for you.
Go ahead.
At his absolute peak, is Patrick Vieira better than Michael Essien?
Yes.
At his absolute peak, is Patrick Vieira better than Claude Makélélé?
Yes.
Okay.
100%. And the thing is, the only person I was considering putting in this team was none of them. It was N'Golo Kante.
Kante.
Yeah. I was considering putting Kante in this team. Maybe more of like a recency bias. Maybe more because I've seen him play a lot more than I have of the others. But Patrick Vieira is a mixture of my early days of watching him was towards the end of his playing days. Mixture of that plus just my experience of studying football over the years and hearing things and watching videos. This guy was a midfielder who can play in midfield by himself.
Yeah.
And they said the same for him with France and with Arsenal. By himself. Yeah. And for his frame, for his size, you would think he's... On the ball, he was so good. He was flicking it over people's heads. That's something that a small, tiny little neat player would do.
Carry the ball. Run the length of the pitch.
And you can't stop him. You cannot stop him.
No.
The things that you give credit to Yaya Toure now, for example, unbelievable. You can't stop him. It's like a train. Vieira was like that as well. He also had all the other aspects to be a top midfielder. But he had a technical ability, like as if he was a small, neat Iniesta type midfielder.
He had the feet of that.
He can flick it over you. You can pop it around the corner of you. Like, I think he had everything. He had a few like recurrent injuries and knee problems and all of that. I think it was knee problem. I'm not sure too much, but he could play by himself in midfield, and for that, I think he's just.
You ever heard Lampard talk about Vieira?
No, what did he say?
If Lampard was sat here now, he would be agreeing with it. Lampard would be in Vieira would be in Lampard's version of this thing.
I can imagine players that have played. I would love to speak to players who have played against him and with him. I just want to know.
Well, mate, Keane. They were major rivals, but Keane said he was immense. Keane said he was like immense, one of the best players he played against, didn't he?
Yeah. Who's been some big omissions, I think, in our midfield?
Kante. Sure. I always argue for Michael Essien.
Yeah, he would. Yeah,
because you know
he's not one that doesn't get mentioned loads.
Do you know what I argue for Essien? You know, if it's not over the course. Listen, I think what Vieira did for Arsenal, you could argue was bigger than what Essien did for Chelsea. Vieira became like almost a personality and embodiment of that Arsenal team. You could certainly make that case. But what I would argue is, on their day, like if you just get the best one game, on their day,
you reckon Essien is?
I think Essien is. I think Essien might be like the best midfielder ever. Like on his day.
I did not expect to hear that today.
On his day.
Yeah.
Mate, I've honestly, like, he's called him the Bison. I've just never known anything like it. I've just never known anything like it. You know, in terms of like ferocity, on the ball, goals, tackles, like winning the ball in the air, and he was like not even. He just had everything.
He would do anything for Jose Mourinho. That's why.
Anything. But do you know what he did once? Do you know what he did? You're absolutely right.
What?
We went to Anfield.
Yep.
We were playing Liverpool a lot, and we had a real rivalry with them. Benitez, Liverpool, Mourinho, Chelsea. Going, you're allowed to say it for them. You're not allowed to say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But we went there, and they knocked us out of Europe twice. Semi-final, like they'd beaten us.
Yeah.
We just couldn't.
Yes,
we won the league. They won the European Cup. Like we felt like we were a better team, but they had it over us somehow. And do you know what Mourinho did? And it was such a masterstroke. He just told Essien to do a man-marking job on Steven Gerrard.
Wow.
And Essien, bearing in mind, we didn't really do that. We were the best team in the country. We didn't really. We didn't play to them. We didn't worry about them. We did what we. But on this very particular day, Mourinho went to Essien, just mark him. Just mark
Gerrard.
Gerrard didn't touch the ball. Essien didn't touch the ball.
Yeah.
We played 10v10 and we won the game.
Fair.
Yeah. But
and
that's
he did the job.
Essien just, all he did, like if you ever look at the footage, wherever Gerrard go, like Gerrard was going deeper and deeper and deeper, and Essien was going with him.
Just following anyone on the pitch.
And Gerrard couldn't shake him. Bearing in mind, if you try and man mark someone like Gerrard, he'd probably leave you, right?
I mean, I've got a great example of that. I tried to do that to Eden Hazard a couple of years ago. So I was playing, and he laughed at me.
What an amazing story.
Yeah, so I was playing in Qatar, a charity match, 2024 actually. Yeah, so last year, February, almost 2 years, a year and a half ago, and Hazard was playing on the other team. And I was expecting Hazard to be playing on the left wing, and I was playing midfield, so I was kind of not looking to like face up with Hazard. So game starts, and I find out Hazard's playing in the 10, and I'm playing in central midfield or defensive midfield. So now I've got Hazard on my side, like literally man for man. So I thought, you know what, let me try and man mark Hazard for a bit. He's out of shape, whatever. So I follow him a little bit. He looks at me and he goes, "Are you following me?" I said, "Yeah." Obviously, I'm not going to back down now.
Yeah.
And he smiled and said, "Good luck."
Did he?
He smiled and said, "Good luck." So now there was a throw in. He went short for the throw in. I followed him. He popped it back, dropped his shoulder that way. He ran that way, and in that little like half a second, there was like 5 yards between us. He received the ball, popped it, spun around me. 1-2, David Villa scored top bin. The goal is there.
He was just stood there.
I'm
You had
just
the
like,
best view of it. What a goal.
I couldn't get near him. Like I'm like, and so it's you know the whole
amazing.
man marking thing when everyone's talking about
It's a skill.
it's a skill
It's a
to
skill.
man mark
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they would just go like for half a second they'll make you run that way and then they'll just
yeah,
peel
they'll
off.
spin you, they'll make you
And
fall
in that
over.
second they peel off, that ball comes to
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
You can't get close to them because by the time you're close to them, the ball's gone.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's. And this is
it's an
obviously
art
this
form.
is me.
Yeah.
What I'm saying.
No, but it
and
is
that's
an art
Eden
form.
Hazard.
Park Ji-sung used to be...
Man marking
yeah.
is an art form. It's not easy
Yeah.
to man mark. You think
Mate,
it's as easy as just following someone. It's
Mate,
not.
that is amazing.
I
isn't it?
tried to do it with Eden Hazard and it failed miserably.
I tried to man mark Eden Hazard.
And I had a horrible game because of that.
Yeah,
because it took me so long to get the ball.
after
because-
David Villa scored, did he give you a look? Did he?
Probably.
Give you
I
the-
didn't look at him. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
look at
yeah.
him. But out of it, I got a good photo of me just like marking him.
Really?
So the photo looks good.
Mate, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Mate, that is
So-
truly amazing. Yeah, what
so
a
yeah,
player he is.
what a
So we've agreed on a middle.
Vieira, Lampard, Fabregas.
Totally agree. Okay, now what? Now it's problematic.
So I'm not in the business, right? And I don't like doing it, and I'm not going to do it now. You could, we'll debate it. I'm not in the business of moving people out of their natural
because
positions.
it's cowardly from us.
Yes,
It's cowardly.
Moving people out of their natural positions to fit
To
someone else.
accommodate
In.
them, yeah.
Oh, just because he can play.
Yeah. No, I
Because
agree.
it's easy to do that now and have a decent team, like
Yeah.
decent front three. But I don't want to do that.
No, we
personally.
can't do that. Although, what we don't want to do... So effectively, are you saying that we have to be brave enough to say it's Drogba or Henry?
Exactly.
We have to be brave
Because
enough to do
we could be cowards and then
that. And put Henry left.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't want to do that.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah, I don't want to do that because I want to.
It's so difficult.
Yeah.
this.
So obviously, I'm gonna go for my guy, but quickly before I do that, Didier Drogba is on my list. I have a list in my head of players I hated to come against.
Yeah, especially
As an
especially you. Yeah.
Drogba is on that list.
Yeah.
The list goes Drogba, Wayne Rooney, Harry Kane, and rest in peace, Diego Jota.
Yeah.
Whenever these guys came up against us, always
Just always score.
scored against us.
Yeah.
And it's like I knew before the game they were gonna score.
Yeah.
Didier Drogba was one of the scariest players against Arsenal, and I think he's another one that I think he doesn't get the respect he deserves
Agree.
at all.
I totally
because
agree.
people go now, oh look at his numbers from certain seasons.
Oh, they're so stupid. They're so
He
stupid.
was the
It's
first
stupidest
striker.
thing. Yeah.
He was the first striker
To be a
that
one.
changed. Yeah, that changed it from a front two to a one because he could do it all by himself. Obviously, Lampard, different role. Lampard coming in late runs.
Yeah.
Drogba had everything.
No, I agree.
But-
I agree, but the problem is, and it isn't said with any disrespect, he wasn't good as Thierry Henry.
He wasn't
That's
as good
just
as
he was
he's-
better
yeah.
at certain things. You could argue better in certain games, whatever. But overall, he's not a better footballer than Thierry Henry.
He can't get in over Henry, but I just wanted to give him his flowers, and especially the big games, the big moments. It takes a different kind of person.
You're right. It's not a footballing ability. It's a personality trait.
It's not a footballing ability to do it on the
Yeah.
big stage. It's not. It's like you said. It's a personality trait.
Yeah.
It's a type of ego, but in a good way. It's
There
like,
isn't
I'm
anyone.
gonna do this.
Is there anyone like that now? Who rises to the occasion? Like with, for example, somebody like
It's a
Harry
gene.
Kane is the opposite
It's a
of
gene.
that, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a gene. Jude Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham's
I
that.
think so. I think
Jude
he's
Bellingham is that.
I think he's that because when he scored that bicycle and said, "Who else?"
Who else?
I like that. And the worst, and the
Yeah.
thing is, I swear to God, no word of a lie. 2012 Champions League final at the Allianz Arena, Chelsea Bayern Munich. I swear to God, when Thomas Müller put Bayern Munich 1-0 up in like the 80-something minute, and Juan Mata stepped over that corner, I swear to God, I looked over. I can't remember who was next to me, and I said, "Drogba scoring a header from him," and I just knew it.
Yeah.
I just knew it.
Well, Mata said he knew it as well.
I just knew it. It's
Yeah.
I feel like people just knew.
Yeah.
Like,
Mata
I knew
said.
Drogba scored that header from that corner,
Yeah.
and it sounds. I
And then
swear
the
to God.
penalty, and then he stepped up for the penalty, and you're just like, he will score this.
Exactly.
Ch-
And how many
Chelsea will
FA
win.
Cup finals, League Cup finals, all of this stuff, semi-finals
No,
in
no.
Wembley Stadium. Like it's not a footballing ability, like
he
you
was-
said. It is not
he
because
was
every single
immense.
footballer can score a goal if you play for Chelsea
Yeah,
at any given time.
Yeah.
But it's to do that time and time again is a different kind of thing, and I think
Completely.
he has that more than a lot of players.
It's a joy
Maybe
to
even
hear.
including Henry.
It's a joy to hear somebody
I
else
respect
acknowledge it.
I love it.
You're
so much.
absolutely right. But in this
He
conversation,
doesn't get in over
he
Thierry
doesn't get in
Henry.
over Henry.
And we could be cowards and move on to the wing.
No,
but
if we were to
Henry's-
do that, then Henry's in elsewhere. But let's do it properly.
I
You're
want
right.
to do it properly, and
Okay, so Henry through the middle.
Yeah.
Who? It's either Robert Pires or Eden Hazard, right?
yeah.
Is that only though? Yeah, it's those.
Yeah, from Arsenal, there's no one else really, apart from Pires. I think for this
Pires,
discussion.
Hazard, Robin for Chelsea. You could maybe.
Robin
play
played
there.
more on the other side.
But yeah, but again, I think it's Pires or Hazard, and now. Mate, should we talk about Pires first? Because the people will acknowledge quite how brilliant he was.
Like he ran like this,
Yeah,
like duck
Mate,
feet.
yeah, he did. But
Feet like that.
hey, do you know where? Do you remember the goal that David Trezeguet scored to win France the
2000, the golden goal.
the golden goal? Pires' work on the wing. Like like
I don't remember it because I didn't watch it live, but
mate,
I've seen
Pires
it. I've seen it. It was a golden goal.
Trezeguet, left foot volley
course,
into the half volley into the top corner.
Game finished.
Mate, if you ever watch that goal again, obviously you focus on Trezeguet.
I remember this
Trezeguet was
goal.
elite, right? Focus on Trezeguet. But my God, Pires.
Yeah.
Pires made the goal. Like,
Did he actually? I can't remember. I remember the actual finish. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Will Todd scored
It's
to
amazing.
equalise, and then
Pires was one that
Trezeguet.
would turn up against us. You know, like he scored against us in Europe. Yeah. He was just he did good games against us. But he's not as good as Hazard.
You would have seen him play a lot more than me, Pires. Like,
Yeah, that was very much my painfully. That was the time I was watching, going a lot, and
Arsenal.
you know, when you're that age, that's when you really
Arsenal must
embrace
stress
it.
you out. That's when Arsenal were top.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arsenal must have stressed
Yeah.
you
Which
out.
is why I'm thoroughly enjoying the 20-year gap. Yeah. But however good Pires is, and I do rate him, I rate him so highly, and I would say again, he doesn't necessarily get the respect. He's not better than Hazard, as you can attest to firsthand.
Yeah, first hand. He's not better than Hazard. I've played against the guy. Yeah, I mean, I've got personal experiences with both. Robert Pires is part of the management coaching staff of another ball league team.
Is he?
N5, yeah.
Rivals.
It's him, Lehman, and Lundberg. And we beat them.
Did you?
We beat them 30 seconds to spare. It was a tough game.
Called M5 as well. That's all. That's
M5.
mate. That's a little bit friendly fire.
They called them 5. Yeah, it hurt. I couldn't celebrate when
You
we
didn't
beat them. I
celebrate.
didn't. When we beat them, I was
celebrate.
like, but yeah. So that's my experience with Pires, and with Hazard, it's of course I played against him, but outside of that, just as players, yeah, Hazard for sure. I think the things he could do. There was a time when you guys played Liverpool. It's always Liverpool, isn't it? You guys played Liverpool twice in a week. I think I had him in a cup and in the league back to back.
Yeah.
And both games he was unbelievable. And one of them was the goal where he dribbled,
nutmeg.
he got the ball, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow.
Do you know what was amazing about that? It was like a school kid. It was like I think he lays it off, and then he just runs over to the ball. Give it back to me. Give it back to me. Yeah.
And then, but I think it was like back-to-back performances. I think he played them twice in a week, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like, obviously everyone knows how good it is, but there's sometimes when you watch and it's like unbelievable. His last game as well was against us in the Europa League final.
Yeah. But you know that season. You know when we talk about like best single seasons ever, like we'll always talk about maybe Luis Suarez that season, Fernando Torres that season, Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
People, because he didn't score the volume of goals that the players that I just mentioned scored. Hazard that single season. He won. Chelsea got into the Champions League spot. We finished third in the league, I think, and beat Arsenal in the European final. It all happened because of Hazard.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
Like it literally was. It was the closest thing to watching Chelsea as a one-man team that I've ever seen. It's absolutely amazing.
He was unbelievable, and I think of course, it's got to be Hazard.
So Hazard, Henry, and what goes on over the other side now? So contenders, contenders would be Bukayo Saka, Ray Parlour, Freddie Ljungberg, Arjen Robben. Maybe Duff could get a mention playing on that wing occasionally. Now Pedro Willian, it's not quite right, is it? It's not quite the level that we're talking.
Willian was good for you guys.
Oh, he was a wonderful player.
It was good at times. Barcelona wanted him.
Really, really disrespected amongst Chelsea fans.
100%.
And Pedro was great.
100%. Both-footed, unbelievable player.
Yeah, both-footed.
Such a good player.
But I think overall it is probably... Is it Saka?
I'm going Saka. I'm not gonna lie, I was waiting. I thought you wouldn't mention him. On the drive here, for me it was out Saka and Ljungberg. It was out of them two. Freddie Ljungberg, unbelievable. He actually got a Premier League player.
Big goals.
Yeah, I think he got like a Premier League player of the season in 2002, I think. Unbelievable. Icon. But I just, I want to go ahead of the curve. Not even ahead of the curve. I think Saka in the now is unbelievable. People go and say, okay, but you haven't won anything. Yeah, that's true. But he's carried us for a good five years at least, He's been our best player for this long.
No, he's a world-class footballer now.
Consistent for this long. And he's only improved. He's only gotten better every single year when already he was our best player. He's gone better and better and better. It's adding to his game. His game's a bit more polished now. He rarely makes the wrong decision. He's not super skillful, flashy, but he's just so effective and efficient, and he has to get double marked, he has to get triple marked, and he still has a big impact. You see when he's missing. And to be honest, we've come second 3 years in a row. But if we'd have just won one or one of them, he'd looked at different.
Yeah.
He'd be looked at very different.
Yeah.
You know, and there's little things like that where it's just that getting over the line, which is the annoying part. Because same as Harry Kane's career, it's like getting over the line because Saka's been to two Euro finals. Obviously, missed the penalty in the first one and we lost the second one. He was unbelievable in the second Euros, the most recent one for England. Scored in an important goal in the semis, was it Switzerland or something?
Yeah.
Or the round before. Yeah, I just think if he'd have just had like one of those Euro wins with England and one of the 3 second places of Arsenal, he'd looked at so differently.
But
and for me, I'm looking at it the same as if he'd won it or not won it.
I think people are foolish.
But that's for other people because I'm just like, he's unbelievable.
Mate, do you know, I don't know if I needed this, but do you know what was like the coming of age moment for Saka where I was like, ooh, it happened in the Bernabeu. Do you remember he tried a Panenka and missed?
Yeah.
And then half hour later, he just chipped the keeper and scored.
The keeper again. Yeah.
It's like, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, whatever's going on in the Real Madrid, you know, people talk about how good's Rodrigo and how good. I was like, he's better.
Yes.
He's literally missed the penalty, which could, in those circumstances, it could have cost, like, you could shrink.
100%.
Or you literally put your shoulders back. What does Drogba do?
Yeah.
It's that level. Yeah. It's like, what does Drogba do in this situation? Drogba, in fact, in Munich, people forget, he gave a penalty away. In extra time, he fouled Robin. Robin missed the penalty.
Robin missed the penalty,
But what did he do? He comes back.
Yeah.
But for me, that was a coming of age moment. I think Saka is, elite, immense.
Yeah.
Like, one of the best players in the league.
That's a good point as well, that Bernabeu. That is such a good point.
That was the moment, man.
That was the moment. Because
I remember watching that. He missed the penalty, and I was like, okay. Because I didn't want you to go for it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, great. Yeah. And then Arsenal kind of recalibrated, and they were all right. And then Saka did that, and you're like, oh, okay, you know.
Yeah.
Can't celebration.
I'm for me, Saka's on the right wing. I'll be honest.
I don't think it's controversial, really.
I hope not.
I don't think so. So our team in total, it's Cech in goal.
Yeah.
Branislav Ivanovic and Ashley Cole, the 2 fullbacks, with Terry and Campbell.
Yep.
We've then got Patrick Vieira, Cesc Fabregas, Frank Lampard in the middle.
Yep.
Which is an amazing midfield.
Yep.
And then we've got Thierry Henry leading the line, backed up by Bukayo Saka and Eden Hazard.
Yes. Now, this is for you because I made my team before we got here, and
have we hit the nail on the head? Have we actually agreed with your entire team?
Almost. I had Azpilicueta instead of Ivanovic.
It's almost your exact team.
10 out of 11.
Mate, you did well. Yeah, Ivanovic, Azpilicueta.
Yeah, I ended up with Azpilicueta.
Mate, amazing.
But yeah, that's...
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, I think it's a fair team.
I think it's fair.
And I knew as well, coming into this, it would be the Azpilicueta-Ivanovic discussion that'll be the most difficult one.
Azpilicueta-Ivanovic. You know the other one, which I think will get some... Like... We've left out such big players. Drogba's not in it. Bergkamp's not in it. It's like things like that. Yeah. But the other one...
Bergkamp's not in it,
Do you know the other one? Kante. That's what could get people going.
No, there will be some debates. I think, like
people
I said,
will go, Kante has to... Like, whatever has to happen to that midfield. Some people would say...
They might take out Fabregas.
You take out anybody to accommodate and go to Kante. Some people would say that. What he did at Leicester and then Chelsea, it's like...
And then France as well.
And then the Champions League with Chelsea.
That 5-year window, he won everything. And he was unbelievable in all of them. Amazing. He was Champions League was unbelievable.
Yeah.
His World Cup is unbelievable.
Yeah, the former Pogba
Chelsea,
around him.
Yeah, Leicester, Chelsea. Yeah. Listen,
mate, that's our team.
That's a credit to both teams and how many players we've had. We've got pick 11.
Amazing.
If we could add a bench,
who's the manager? Mourinho. Got to be. Don't say Wenger. It's Mourinho.
I think if Arsene had this team.
Mourinho had this team.
I think if Arsene had this team. I mean, I'm going for Wenger. I think. Listen, let me have a look. Is there any? How many French players are there? If you've got French players, he's only got 2.
2, yeah. 2. It's a spine, though, isn't it? It's a spine he's got.
You can give it to Jose.
Jose wins a lot with that. Mate, Sharks, it's always an honour to have you on. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Really do appreciate it. And obviously, the link to SDS is in the description below, so make sure that you give.
Let's get you back on, man.
Shark, mate, it'd be an honour. It would be an honour. Let's make it happen.
Come back to the studio, man. The boys miss you.
Mate, I'm there. I will certainly be there. Thank you all so much for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and we'll see you in a bit.